There have been many drivers on the Formula 1 grid that have taken risks to get ahead, but none have done it to the level and had as much success as Max Verstappen. From 17-year-old prospect to Formula 1 champion, here's the incredible story of how Max overcame the odds and proved everybody wrong. Max Verstappen was born on September 30th, 1997 in Hasselt, Belgium. Verstappen grew up in a separated home, with his mother and father splitting at a young age. Verstappen grew up under the care of his father, Jos Verstappen. Verstappen was introduced to motorsport at a young age, and looking at his family tree, it's easy to see why, as his father was a former Formula 1 driver and his mother participated in karting. Even Max's cousin was a racer and later a team principal in the European NASCAR circuit. Max began his karting career in 2006, registering under the Dutch flag, despite living in Belgium for most of his life. This was because, quote, "I just feel more Dutch." Verstappen would participate in many local karting series before moving up to the International Karting Championship Series in 2010. Verstappen signed with CRG to race for their factory team in both the World and European Championships. Max competes in the KF3 Championship Series, which is a karting class reserved for ages 11 to 15. Verstappen would finish in second place behind his future teammate Alex Albon. However, Verstappen would best Albon in both the WSK Euro and World Series. Max would go on to continue racing for the CRG family of teams, winning multiple championships in the process. Verstappen began his single-seater career testing Formula Renault cars for MP Motorsport, as well as other teams in 2013. Verstappen would also test Formula 3 cars for many different teams. Despite these runs just being test runs, Max took them seriously, outperforming the actual drivers and setting fastest laps over more experienced drivers. In January 2014, it was announced that Max would join the non-championship Miami Winter Series. Just a month later, Verstappen would win his first race at the Palm Beach International Speedway, and would win another race just a few weeks later at the Homestead Miami Speedway, beating out fellow future F1 driver Nicholas Latifi. After the season, Verstappen would begin racing in the Formula 3 Euro Series and would go on to win 10 races that season, with every other one ending in retirement, finishing third overall. In the off-season, many F1 teams desperately wanted to enlist Verstappen's services, most notable being Mercedes, Ferrari, and Red Bull. This kind of demand is one that many young drivers dream of, and would be a huge decision for Verstappen. However, he decided to join Toro Rosso because the racing advisor to Red Bull and Toro Rosso, Helmut Marko, and Red Bull team principal, Christian Horner, promised Max a position on the main team within a few years, and a seat on Toro Rosso in 2015. This was a big deal at the time, because never before was someone so young and inexperienced offered an immediate seat on a Formula 1 team, but the Red Bull family was willing to take the risk. To prepare for taking a seat on the team, Verstappen would sub in for practice sessions. This began at the 2014 Japanese Grand Prix, making Verstappen the youngest driver to ever participate in a Formula 1 weekend at 17 years old. This record will never be broken, as the FIA would make the minimum age to be in Formula 1 18 years old. Verstappen would officially take his place on Toro Rosso next to teammate Carlos Sainz. Verstappen would make his debut in the 2015 Australian Grand Prix. However, he would retire from this race. Although, in the very next race weekend, Max would come back to qualify 6th and finish the race in 7th. Despite losing a place, Verstappen would still score his first points. However, controversy would strike Max in the very next race, because he would clip the tire of Lotus driver Romain Grosjean, causing Verstappen to lose control and hit a barrier at full speed. After Monaco, Verstappen would prove his mettle, as he would continue to have consistent top 10 finishes, being 4th in the US and Hungary. After taking home the Rookie of the Year award, Max would keep racing for Toro Rosso in 2016. However, before the 2016 Spanish Grand Prix, Red Bull team principal Christian Horner would announce that Verstappen would be replacing Dino Krivats on the main team. From this point on, Verstappen would continue to be a mainstay on the Red Bull racing team, constantly challenging for wins and podiums alongside many different teammates. All of Max's achievements would come to a head in 2021 as he would overtake Lewis Hamilton on the last lap of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix and take the Drivers' Championship. In the very next year, he would capitalize on his opportunities and win the championship 4 races before the end of the season. Despite Max being in Formula 1 since 2015, he is still a young driver and has a great car and team behind him. However, Verstappen doesn't plan on only being an F1 driver in his career, as he has expressed interest in other motorsports, such as endurance racing and sim racing. With his level of brash determination and pure talent, 2022 is unlikely to be Verstappen's last championship season in an F1 car. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, consider giving my video on another Red Bull champion, Sebastian Vettel, a watch. I appreciate it, and have a great day.